Great game between two of the best in the Eastern Conference last night. The Sixers and the Celtics traded buckets going back-to-back at the end. Joel Embiid had 37 points, 22 rebounds, and there's this sloppy play at the end by Jimmy Butler. God, I love this. And watch Joel Embiid come over and just stare him in the face. I love this so much. Jalen Rose, you can't tell me that Aaron Baines, Marc Gasol, or Lopez can stop Joel Embiid. Is there anyone in the Eastern Conference that has an answer for Joel Embiid when it comes playoff time?
I don't think so. That's why I picked Philadelphia to win the East.
Ooh.
Based on the dynamics that you just described. You have a young bull that's coming into his own, who's had some history of injury, that understands the level of sense of urgency. The organization clearly does as well. To go with Ben Simmons, they added Jimmy Butler as well as Tobias Harris to supplement what they've done. JJ Redick is a knockdown shooter. Now all of a sudden, I appreciate what they've accomplished as it relates to getting balance.
Yeah.
So you'll look at the numbers, but how about the attempts? Their top three players all attempted 17 shots from the floor.
Balance.
And Joel Embiid, who can make the three, was pounding in the paint.
Yep.
Which is why he made 20 free throws.
They just don't have an answer for him underneath. Now, to be fair, as someone who watched the game, the Sixers low-key didn't really have an answer for Kyrie Irving either. He missed a couple shots at the end of the game that he normally makes, little floaters and layups or whatever, but like what they would do with Kyrie Irving is like JJ Redick's on him. He's going right by him. And they would run a pick and roll. Joel Embiid's on him. Go right by him. Like, as much as Joel Embiid was dominant, so was Kyrie Irving. But I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, and this is something I've said all season. I don't know who the best team in the Eastern Conference is. I just don't know. But there's no one that really has an answer for Joel Embiid. And I feel that way. Do you know who else feels that way? Joel Embiid. Let's listen to Joel Embiid talk about the competition.
First of all, I'm glad we got the win. Second of all, this is one of the best defensive players in the league. And third of all, I've been hearing that these guys can guard me better than anybody else, so I just have to come out there and show that I'm the most unstoppable player in the league.
I'm the most unstoppable player in the league. Probably not true, but I love him saying it.
I love him saying it too. The one thing about being a competitor, however, is you got to pump the brakes a little bit. We can't forget the fact that the Celtics had beaten them 10 or 12 games. And just the previous time they played, he was at the podium humble.
Yep, he was.
Saying that it was not a rivalry.
That's a good
so
memory, Mr. Rose.
Go from that situation to the next game like these guys don't have an answer for
But
me.
you know the difference between winning and losing? That's the difference between winning and losing. When you lose, you're humble. It's not a rivalry. They beat us all the time. When you win, you're like, I'm unstoppable. No one can stop me in the world. It's just the difference of the emotions that come out after you win and lose. Now, no one can stop Joel Embiid. But Marcus Smart tried. Let's take a look at how Marcus Smart tried to stop Joel Embiid. Look at this right here. So, that was a minor bump, and that's a major bump right there. What do you think about Marcus Smart going after Embiid like that?
I like the competition of the play before that. Marcus Smart tried to go for a steal. Clearly it seemed like he got all ball. The officials called it a foul.
Yep.
So they got tangled up the play before. So that play was just a progression of that contact between those two players. I like the fire. I like the emotion. No fisticuffs were thrown. And that's what it's going to take, that level of engagement to beat one of these teams. Like, both of these teams have the same expectation that they should make it to the conference finals, that they should make it to the NBA finals. And you talked about it earlier. The reason why no team has been able to distinguish themselves is because you haven't seen any of these teams win the East.
No.
Because LeBron was there.
Yeah, LeBron's won the East the last 4 years.
So now when you look at Toronto, you can say the same thing. Kawhi showed me that he's unstoppable too. Kyrie showed me he's unstoppable too. The Greek Freak probably is going to win MVP. He's unstoppable as well. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of these guys can actually lead their team out of the conference.
You've low-key dropped two pieces of information just so far in this show that you've never really committed to up until this point. Number one, Jalen Rose, put you on the spot. Who's going to win the East?
The Sixers.
Who's your MVP?
Harden.
Really? But you think Giannis is going to win?
I think Giannis has a great opportunity to win, but Harden has given me more what I consider Heisman moments. 50-point games. The dude averaging 37.